video, or tiny series of videos, may work more differently than normal. I may break this down into tasks, and each task will be its own video. You may also notice that I'm getting ready to put gloves on them, which I don't normally do, but I'm a wimp. No, I'm not. I'm being a wimp. My thumb is dried out in this wonderful Indiana cool weather, and it's split, and it hurts. So I'm going to put moisturizer on these money makers, put gloves on, and see how long I can stand it before I tear them off and work without them anyhow. So, since last time, got some parts in. I got a couple of new work lights, so there's not the lines in the screen, and I think I'm ready after most of a day of procrastination. I think I'm ready to finish up work on the Goldwing, or at least start the finishing up of the work now that I've waited on parts for a couple weeks. Lights. I forgot to turn that one on. Ah, is it broke again already? I don't have the switch on. My bad. Ta-da! These LED lights are awesome, unless you're making videos. Then, they're not so good. So anyhow, I got the Goldwing parts in. Let's check them out. From CycleMax via the eBay. I believe that's a part number if anyone wants it. Genuine Honda. I have a shifter seal, so I got that to go on. That's where I think I sprung my worst of my oil leak. I've got head cover grommets from Performance International. I believe that's an eBay item. This stuff is from goldwingparts.com. Exhaust gaskets. Pretty. Shame I'm going to cover them up. Got the back gasket for the head covers. Oil plug washer. And head cover gaskets. Plan your work, work your plan, or something like that. I think I got to get to the deepest point to get that shifter seal on, and to do that, to get my paws back in there, I believe I'm going to have to take the exhaust header, manifold, whatever you prefer to call it. I'm sure there's a technical difference someone will catch me on, but I'm not a mechanic. Anyhow, with that said, do what I do at your own risk. Take my advice at your own risk. So I'm going to have to get these off and my meat mitts in there to, sorry about that, to get the seal out. And then I'll probably do a bit of cleaning and work my way back out. I think I'm going to have to take this off to get in here to these, the engine guard. And there's another part of my oil leak right there. So when I get, I'm afraid if I start untorquing these, that this gasket is going to leak next, and it looked like there may have been a little leakage from there anyhow. So I spent on the gaskets. I'm just going to change them, get that on and off and replaced while I'm doing everything else. And a side quest, this saddlebag light here it only works sometimes. So I decided last time when it was time for some maintenance and redos, I would deal with it then. This is then. It's no longer a future me problem. I think it's just a butt connector that's wore out. So we'll be working on that too. Watched Weems Motor Co. before. I took notes, sort of, at least up here. Just lay out all your stuff. Have your parts and tools ready to go. So I will lay out my parts and tools and things ready to go. Probably not all the tools, but I'll at least lay my parts out. Now, since I have motorcycle parts, motorcycle books, and parts all on my normal workbench, I'm going to use my backup workbench here. So my first order of business will be getting to and replacing this shaft seal, since it is the first piece deepest and I can work my way out from it. There's no sense in there's no sense in changing my oil before I fix the oil leak. That is probably next, oil change. I have my plug gasket. My genuine Honda filter from my local Honda dealer. It's probably the only parts they have available for my bike. And my oil. After I do that, I will need my head cover gaskets, but before those, I will probably need my exhaust gaskets, because I'm going to have to take that loose to get my seal in, and last of all, my head cover bolt washers. Before starting work in the shop, you got to get rid of the going to town flannel. Alright, after an hour and a half of procrastination, it's now time to start. I am removing this left side engine guard so I can get to everything easier. Looks like they are one bolt, 2 bolts, 3 bolts. Alright, I'm going to lay them in the order I took them out, or orientation rather. It may not matter, but if one is longer than the other, I'll know where it goes back to. I can still smell the mouse pee in this thing. All the miles I rode this summer and fall. There you have it, engine guard out. I'm going to attempt, this is a 10 mil. Oh, that wasn't tight at all. That is really surprising. I did coil, note to self, those were not very tight. I did coil everything because the front two were a little corroded, a little rusty.
So, note to self, don't over torque these. Uh-oh. I'm in a bind. Started backing that front one out and put my ratchet in the, there we go, put my ratchet in a bind. So, I'm gonna have to go with that a little different. Now, it's a blessing to have a garage, even one that isn't exactly an auto shop. At least it's a garage. Alright, this is, I'm going to shoot that with some Croil and pull the rest out. Give you a break. Alright, after much toil, the exhaust is loose-ish. Check this out. That stud right there backed out. The nut didn't come off. I have space. I have some wiggles. These studs are 10 mils. This clamp on the exhaust. This clamp on the exhaust is, it's a 12. These two bolts are 13s. That one down way at the bottom that goes right here into the saddlebag is a 12. Note to self, the washer is on the back side of this bracket. Where's my finger? There's my finger. This bracket. So, this may just be an exhaust removal tutorial. A bad one at that. I had to turn the music off. Don't want Facebook being mad at me for playing 30 Days in the Hole by Humble Pie while I'm working on a bike. Work it happy. Huh. That might be in the way just a little bit. Oh, that is so close. I can feel it coming loose. If I rotate it out this way. Oh man. Probably would be better to take that kickstand spring out of the way, but it should be pretty straightforward to take this spring off. But it may be stiff. Oh, there it goes. Whew. Note to self, the direction that hangs. Whatever. Oh, and that is one way you can remove the exhaust on a Goldwing. If you took time to watch this video, thanks for your time. Like, comment, subscribe. Dislike if you want. If you do dislike,
make a comment and tell me why. Maybe there's something I can improve on. Anyhow, thanks again.